Sex Therapy, pilot episode, written by Michelle J. Brezinski. Teaser, fade in, interior living room, day. A strange buzzing sound fills the room as we discover porno DVDs, wine bottles, birthday cake, and bits of clothing all over the furniture and floor. A lone woman seems passed out on the couch with her back to us and butt cracks slightly exposed. An alarm clock goes off. The woman, Laura Lipinski, 40 plus, conservative girl next door with a few good years left in her, is startled.
Oh my god.
She whips herself over, letting a big blue dildo fly out of her hands and onto the floor. Smack! It hits the ground. Laura immediately jumps on the floor to rescue the now silent toy.
Shit.
Crawling over to it, she shakes it vigorously, trying to bring it back to life.
Come on.
After many futile attempts of revival, her shoulders sink in despair. Now pissed, she notices the alarm again, shutting it off.
Why couldn't it be you lying dead on the floor?
Laura picks up the limp sex toy and cradles it in her arms.
Goodbye, old friend.
She slowly turns and looks right into the camera.
That's pathetic, huh? Just turned 40 and I'm totally non-orgasmic, sexually frustrated, and completely confused.
She grabs a piece of birthday cake off of the coffee table and stuffs it in her mouth.
But I wasn't always like this.
Begin flashback sequence. Exterior playground, day. A chubby little Laura, 8+, sweet-faced and happy, plays in the park with a little boy, 8+, who is quite handsome.
Back when I was in grade 3, I knew for sure what I wanted.
Laura sizes the boy up and points to his little penis.
What's that?
Interior basement, night. Underneath the covers are the two little childlike lumps rolling around and giggling.
So in pursuit of a life of sexual fulfillment, I jumped my cousin.
Dead silence under the blankets as the two lumps merge into one.
And for the record, it was my third cousin.
Interior kitchen, day. Laura's mother, 30+, 70s stylish woman, stands at the sink doing the dishes when a thrilled little Laura marches up to her.
Mommy? Yes, honey?
She turns toward her daughter.
I just had sex.
The mother's jaw drops and does the dish she is wiping smash all over the kitchen floor. End flashback sequence. Interior living room, day. Laura looking dumbfounded at the camera.
I guess my Catholic upbringing guilted me into telling her.
The dildo starts to buzz back to life.
Oh!
Laura jumps up in hope, but the dildo takes one last heroic buzz and begins to smoke before completely dying. She is once again devastated.
There goes my sex life, up in smoke.
Gently, she carries the crippled device over to her computer.
And can you believe it took me till I was 18 to find out that the penis actually went inside the vagina?
At the computer, she taps the keyboard.
But you want to know what the truly sad thing about all this is?
Insert computer monitor. Dildo repairs in Vancouver. Searching. No results. Interior living room, day. Frustrated, Laura bangs her head on the desk before turning to the camera.
I'm a goddamn sex therapist.
Oh, no.
Laura's head spins back to the computer screen and sees little Laura, now an apparition of her 8-year-old self.
Mommy said we mustn't swear.
Shocked, Laura shoots a what the fuck look at the camera. Fade out. Insert opening credits. Fade in. Act 1. Exterior driveway, day. Laura, dressed for work, in a panic, dodges over to her car. Wildly, she looks around until she briskly opens the door to this compact vehicle, throws her oversized handbag into the passenger side, and finally slides into the driver's seat. Into her car, day. She shoots a crazy look over to the camera.
Holy shit! I'm so losing my mind. First my favorite dildo breaks down, and now I'm having a chat with my 8-year-old self. It's bad enough that I'm talking to you.
Rethinks and decides talking to the camera is...
No, this is totally normal.
Bangs on the driver's side window. Catching her breath, she rolls the window down. Outside her car stands Martin Haynes, 50+, throwback from the late 70s, and smooth like black molasses. In winter.
Hi. Talking to yourself.
It's just working some things out.
I do a lot of that in the toilet.
He laughs.
Do I know you?
I'm Martin, your neighbor, Melissa's ex-husband.
Oh, that's right. Melissa said you would be house-sitting while she was away. I'm Laura.
Yeah, she mentioned you.
Friendly handshake through the window.
You think you could help me with my rash?
Laura retracts her hand and secretly wipes it on her clothes.
Rash? What kind of rash?
Oh, just your typical red, itchy, blotchy standard rash. On my genitals.
He points to his crotch.
I think a gynecologist or even a dermatologist would be a better bet. I'm just a sex therapist.
And a dedicated one.
He points over to the big blue dildo that had rolled out of her handbag and onto the seat.
Samples? For clinical trials.
Suddenly, little Laura appears in the back seat.
Yeah, right.
Laura spots the apparition through the rearview mirror.
Holy shit!
She bolts out of the car, knocking Martin to the ground. Exterior driveway, day. Laura wildly looks around.
Did you see that?
You mean the big blue dildo in the seat? Yeah, it was pretty hard to miss.
Laura looks back in the car and sees nothing.
Look, I've got to go to work.
She jumps back into the car and peels away, leaving Martin to collect his thoughts. Interior car, day. Laura frantically looks around as she fishes through her handbag, finds her cell phone, and nervously makes a call.
Dr. Edwards, please? Yeah, I'll hold.
Laura bites her nails, has a terrible thought, and then looks right at the camera.
God, I hope that rash isn't contagious.
Back on the phone.
Dr. Edwards, it's Laura Lipinski. Could you possibly prescribe me a mild sedative? No, it's nothing serious. Look, I'm fine. I'm just seeing things. It's probably PMS.
Laura swerves the car. Exterior street, day. An old lady, 90 plus, hustles across the street as Laura's car zooms by.
Crazy bitch!
She angrily shakes her fist. Interior car, day. Laura straightens out the steering wheel while still on her cell phone.
My office in 10 minutes would be amazing. Thank you.
She tosses the cell phone onto the passenger seat and turns to the camera.
Talking on your cell phone while driving is dangerous, so please don't try this at home.
Little Laura appears in the passenger seat.
This is fun!
And Laura spots the apparition.
Ah! What the hell?
Exterior, street, day. The car squeals into a parking space. Laura jumps out, slams the door, and bolts into the building. Interior, sex therapy waiting room, day. Clinical looking with a few plants, bland paintings on the wall, and a cozy little seating area for the clients. Jeff, 40 plus, flamboyant with a dry wit and an ego that still sees a 25-year-old in the mirror, is busy arranging little bottles of lubricants on the counter. Laura busts through the door, startles him, and the bottles are knocked to the floor.
Thanks a lot. I've been working on this all day.
Oh, stop with the dramatic. It's only 9 a.m.
Laura slyly peeks back out through the door.
And what's wrong with you? Parking a handicap zone again?
No, I'm waiting for a visitor.
Like from where? Outer space?
Knock off the jokes, Jeff. I'm not in the mood.
Oh, that's right. It's your birthday.
Don't remind me.
Laura plops her handbag on the counter.
40th, I believe.
Shh.
Laura?
Dr. Edwards, 70 plus, very relaxed gentleman with a strong Freudian perspective, enters through the door.
Sounds like something sprung a leak.
Yeah, one of Laura's varicose veins.
Ignoring Jeff, she pushes past him to get to the doctor.
Oh, Dr. Edwards, I'm so glad you're here.
Well, the only time I do psychiatric house calls is typically to the nut house.
And thank you for coming.
Laura, oblivious to the joke, leads the doctor into her office. The phone rings, so Jeff, now alone, answers it.
Hello, West Ender's Sex Therapy. Laura Lipinski's office.
Jeff's tone switches to sexy.
Oh, hello, Raj. Yes, you're still booked for 1 p.m. But I must warn you that she's in another one of her weird moods.
Jeff peers into Laura's handbag and spots something.
And I think I know why.
He slowly pulls out the broken, charred, big blue dildo. Interior sex therapy office, day. Conservative clinical office with a few anatomy charts, a desk with a cozy winged-back chair for the clients, in front of sex books and on the shelves. No, not porno, but science. Dr. Edwards politely relaxes in the cozy chair while Laura paces the floor.
So, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I think I'm seeing things.
What kind of things?
Her eyes unconsciously dart towards his crotch.
Like, little things?
Little things? What kind of little things?
Uncomfortable, Dr. Edward crosses his legs.
Like, little me?
Dr. Edward seems confused.
I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing me when I was 8 years old.
Ah, I see.
What? What do you see?
Laura neurotically looks around.
I see sexual frustration.
Laura looks right at the camera.
Is it that obvious?
Yes, and it was Dr. Sigmund Freud who had first theorized that there is a definite connection between neurosis and sexual conflict.
Me? Neurotic? Since when? I have a perfectly normal life.
Laura thinks for a moment. Begin flashback sequence. Exterior park, day.
I go for walks.
Laura is happily walking down a path with a nondescript man. The camera pulls back to discover that his head is one of the blue dildo. Interior yoga studio, day.
I work out.
Laura lies on a yoga mat beside a nondescript woman. The two rise up to do a sit-up, revealing that the woman's head is also one of the blue dildo. Interior movie theater, night.
I go to the movies.
Laura sits laughing and eating popcorn beside another nondescript man, number 2. As she leans toward the man, it is revealed that his head is also one of the blue dildo. End of flashback sequence. Interior office, day. Laura looking right at the camera.
Okay, so maybe I am a little neurotic.
Jeff barges in with a whirling blue dildo.
I fixed it.
Laura grabs it away from him.
What were you doing with this?
Putting batteries in it.
And that's all?
No. I also took it out to the car for a quick ride.
Laura notices her handbag around his shoulder, so she tugs it away from him.
Jeff, these are sample items that need to be clinically tested.
Sure they do.
Laura looks into the camera.
Well, what the hell else was I supposed to say?
I'm going for coffee. Would you like one, Dr. Freud?
No thanks.
Jeff leaves.
Why did he call?
Laura realizes.
God damn it, Jeff, stop listening in at the door!
Suddenly, little Laura appears behind the desk.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, just buzz off, I can swear if I like.
Dr. Edwards looks over at a pathetic Laura as she plops the blue dildo in her handbag while talking to herself.
This is worse than I thought.
Fade out. Act 2. Fade in. Interior shopping mall, day. Laura holds up a written prescription for mild sedatives that Dr. Edwards had scripted. She ponders and then turns to the camera.
Do I really need these?
She looks down the busy mall and notices that it seems to pulse further away and then closer to her. After a few more of these visual disturbances, she returns to the camera.
Okay, maybe I'm a bit off.
Laura plops the prescription in her handbag and then slowly makes her way towards a drugstore she spots in the distance. A smile comes over her face as she is about to step into the store when a young man, 18 plus, thin and agile, comes out of nowhere and snatches her handbag. Almost in slow motion, she yells.
No!
The man dodges the busy mall and disappears into the crowd. Close up, Laura face is devastated. Interior, mall security room, day. Laura's face is still one of devastation as she sits in this barren room with both a female guard, 25 plus, taking notes, and a male guard, 30 plus, standing by.
Ma'am? Are you okay? Ma'am?
Laura snaps out of it.
Oh my god, my whole life was in that bag.
I'm so sorry this had to happen to you. Would you like to cancel your credit cards?
No, I left them at home.
What kind of ID were you carrying?
None, they're all in the car.
Did you get your car keys?
No, they fell on the floor.
How much cash did you have?
I usually pay by debit card.
Would you like to cancel that?
No, it's in my pocket.
The two confused guards look at each other.
My whole life was in that bag.
What exactly was in that bag?
Laura about to tell them until she turns to the camera.
I'm thinking telling them is a bad idea. Would you?
Laura's cell phone rings.
Ma'am?
She reaches into her pocket as the two guards are forced to stand by.
I guess her cell phone wasn't stolen either.
Hello? Jeff, calm down. I'm in the middle of a police investigation.
We're security guards, ma'am.
Laura leans away from the two guards for some privacy.
How many times do I have to tell you I do not park in handicap zones?
Little Laura, the apparition, appears in the security room.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
do too.
Oh yeah, and how would you know?
Because you're parked in one right now.
Laura quickly leans in and whispers.
Shut the hell up. You're gonna get me a ticket. I wasn't talking to you, and I will be there.
The two guards look over at a raving lunatic talking to herself.
$5 says the only thing in that bag was her medication.
Laura finishes the call, plops the phone back into her pocket, and turns to little Laura.
Look, you little snitch. You're gonna give me a nervous breakdown if you don't bugger off.
But I am your nervous breakdown.
What the heck does that mean?
That bag must have been full. It means you're having a midlife crisis, and I'm here to help you.
Laura, unconvinced, looks at the camera.
Oh, wait a minute. This is crazy. This has to be a bad dream.
Nope.
The security guards stare at Laura, dumbfounded.
Then it's hormonal. It must be something hormonal.
Bingo!
That would have been my guess too.
No shit.
Interior parking lot, day. In a complete daze, Laura keeps pressing the alarm for her car, but can't seem to figure out where the sound is coming from.
Laura?
Confused, Laura looks over at Martin as he approaches her.
Laura! It's me, Martin.
She is still unsure.
Martin Haynes. Your neighbor, Melissa's ex-husband.
Oh, yeah, the rash guy.
Are you okay?
Laura presses the car alarm and it goes off.
Can't seem to find my car.
After a few more alarms, Martin points.
It's right behind you.
Oh,
She heads over to her car. Martin follows her.
Having a bad day?
I guess you could say that.
You know what I do when I'm having a bad day?
Rub ointment all over that rash of yours?
No, I take a little time out. Interested?
He pulls a big fat joint out of his pocket. Laura, almost appalled, stares at it briefly.
Get in the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Martin jumps into the passenger's side and the two car doors simultaneously slam. Interior car day. Parked car is filled with smoke as Laura takes a big toke on the now very small joint.
This is some really good shit.
Grow it myself. Completely organic.
You really think this whole organic thing makes a difference?
Absolutely. The toxins and non-organics can really mess up your hormones.
Laura tosses a look to the camera.
Maybe that's my problem.
Laura remembers.
How's that rash coming along?
Taking a toke, Martin breaks out coughing.
I was just kidding. It was a joke. An icebreaker.
What? That's the most ridiculous icebreaker I've ever heard of.
They both break out into a crazy stoner's laugh.
Hi, I'm Martin. I have a rash on my penis.
Laura's cell phone rings. She pulls it out of her pocket and sees that it's Jeff.
It's my assistant. Oh crap, I've got an appointment. Like, right now.
Bang on the window, startling both Laura and Martin.
Holy shit!
Laura spots the same two security guards outside her car.
Sorry, we were just leaving!
She tosses the joint into a cup of old coffee.
Ma'am?
Laura waves and starts up the car.
Yep, going now.
Ma'am! They try to get her attention as the car moves away. Interior parking lot, day. Laura's car peels out of the handicap zone. The security guards chase after it.
Ma'am!
The male security raises Laura's missing handbag.
Your bag!
They both stand there as Laura's car completely disappears. Fade out. Act 3. Fade in. Interior, sex therapy waiting room, day. The door flies open and the knob almost punches a hole in the side wall.
Oops. Almost made a baddie.
Jeff, standing at the counter, looks over at an obviously stoned Laura.
Oh my god, you're high.
I am not.
I can smell it on you.
Okay, just a little.
She floats into the room and almost trips over the carpet. Jeff rushes over to catch her.
Laura, I can't believe you would be so selfish. You know how hard I've been trying to get you into Raj's pants?
Yeah, so where is the little bugger?
In your office.
Laura opens her office door but turns back to Jeff.
And no listening at the door, or else.
She gestures a slicing throat and heads into her office.
Raj, baby, how's it hanging?
Jeff almost passes out with fear as she shuts the door. Interior sex therapy office, day. Raj, 40, Middle East, frail-looking man, is perched on the client's chair as Laura struts across the floor.
How is what hanging?
Laura looks at the camera.
Oh, this will be interesting. And I'm so in one of those moods. Thank God this is a freebie.
A devilish look overcomes her as she slides onto her chair behind the desk.
Hi, Miss Lipinski. I'm Raj Hadid.
He stands up to shake her hand.
Oh, no need for formalities. Now remove your clothes.
Raj's mouth drops.
Just kidding.
Raj, unsure, laughs.
You Canadians. Always being the joke.
Laura's mood takes a huge downward shift.
Sad, isn't it?
Raj quickly apologizes.
Oh, I didn't mean to put you down.
Laura cracks another devilish smile.
Got you again.
Raj is now feeling comfortable with this game.
Yes, you did. You crazy bitch.
Everything stops and Laura looks at the camera.
What did he just call me?
Too far with the jokes?
Laura looks over at his innocent face.
No. So, Raj, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I am a 40-year-old virgin.
Laura can't believe this.
What country are you from again?
My background is Pakistan, Iran, and Afghanistan.
And you didn't get laid in any of them?
Okay, let me first start by telling you about my marriage.
Laura watches as his mouth slowly forms words, which seems to put her into trance-like thoughts. Begin trance-like thoughts sequence. Interior, Middle Eastern bedroom, day. A dusty room filled with Middle Eastern art and furniture.
When I was a much younger man, my parents had made arrangements for me to marry a village woman.
A closet door flies open and out pops Raj wearing a bridal gown and a load of makeup on his face.
Which I was actually okay with. I loved her clothes.
He dances in front of the full-length mirror while humming the tune, "Here Comes the Bride."
But it didn't take an idiot to tell that I was not the man for her.
The bride enters the room, stops dead in her tracks, and then gives in.
That hair is so not working for you. Let me fix it.
She leads him to the bed and starts to style his hair.
But in the end, we became the best of friends.
Exterior Middle Eastern military barracks. Day. Raj, dressed in military attire, stands in a group with other soldiers while a sergeant, in front, barks out orders.
So my father thought it best that I join the military,
Left, right, and march.
which I didn't mind either, because I loved being surrounded by men.
A soldier puts his hand on Raj's butt.
But finally, my father put all the pieces together,
Raj turns to the frisky soldier and tosses him a smile.
which, according to our religion, were not the right ones.
Interior Middle Eastern living room. Day. Raj sits sheepishly on a dusty couch as his father paces in front of him.
It is forbidden, and you will be denied life ever after. What will the neighbors think when they notice that you're not there?
That I might still be alive?
Oh, don't be so smart, and go to your room.
Raj gets up and, as he walks by, his father smacks him upside the head. End trance-like thoughts sequence. Interior sex therapy office. Day. Laura's sobered-up face snaps back to reality.
And so you don't even masturbate?
I told you I have nocturnal orgasms, which I have to pray 5 times after.
Laura looks to the camera.
My brain must have skipped past that part.
My gay hands must not stroke my penis,
Then don't stroke your penis.
but I want to stroke my penis.
Laura picks up on his pathetic plea.
Religious beliefs can definitely have a negative impact on sexual satisfaction.
Raj agrees.
And mine's the worst.
Laura looks at the camera.
Are there any religions out there that actually have the words sex and fun in the same sentence?
Can you help me?
If you're willing, we can start you off with a little exposure therapy.
Oh, I thought you might say that.
Raj jumps up and grabs his backpack sitting on the side.
So I brought something.
He reaches in and pulls out the little blue dildo.
Where did you get that?
Someone was selling it on the street.
So you bought a used dildo?
Raj chucks it to the side, disgusted.
How did you know it was used?
Laura fumbles for an answer.
I'm guessing.
Frantically, he wipes his hands.
Well, it was just an impulse buy.
Laura gathers the dildo up and tosses it in the garbage can.
Look, maybe this is not the best place to start. Sex toys can be addictive. You need to forget about toys and get out there. Go on a real date.
This profound statement suddenly makes sense, and when little Laura appears, the pieces all fall into place.
Sounds like good advice.
Shit, you're back.
Raj thinks she's talking to him.
Where else would I be? I didn't go anywhere.
Of course you didn't. Now what was I saying?
A date. This will lead to getting intimate with a man.
And that will happen with you, Raj, but one step at a time.
Exactly.
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 Raj stops for a moment.
I swear I just heard 3 people say that.
Laura and little Laura face each other and pause before
Nah.
Raj looks over at a lone Laura as she seems to be talking to herself. Fade out. Epilogue. Fade in. Interior coffee shop. Day. Jeff fumbles with 2 hot coffee cups as he slides into a booth where Laura sits comfortably.
There you go, birthday girl.
Little Laura appears.
Did he get the cookies?
Yeah, where's the cookies?
He reaches into his pocket and places them on the table. Jeff watches as big Laura cobbles them down.
I just love chocolate chip.
Little Laura grins with satisfaction.
So, Raj and I are finally going to start dating.
Very nice. But take it slow, Jeff. He's still a virgin.
I know.
Little Laura taps big Laura's shoulder.
Tell him your news. Go ahead, tell him.
I will. Calm down.
Confused, Jeff looks over at a lone Laura.
I am calm. Not really my first virgin!
Well, I do hope there's more to it than that.
Well, there will be.
Laura rolls her eyes.
Anyway, I've decided that I should get out there and start dating too.
Really? So, no more clinical trials on our sex toy samples?
Nope. I'm going live.
Who is this superhuman that finally conquered your addiction?
His name is Martin, and he's a horticulturalist.
You mean the pot grower?
Jeff.
I can put two and two together, Laura.
And how did you conclude that?
He dropped by after you went in with Raj and introduced himself. And he smelled like pot.
Little Laura pipes up.
Well, she has to start somewhere.
Yeah, I have to start somewhere.
Jeff looks around.
Is there an echo in here?
Laura and little Laura face each other and pause before,
By the way, used dildo? Classic.
obviously Jeff was listening in at the door. Fade out.